Good afternoon, everyone. So I'll be briefing about the technique of LBC, that is which we follow, that is the BD Sure Path, that is Becton Dickinson Sure Path. So coming to introduction, so liquid-based cytology, it is a monolayer slide preparation technique that has outperformed the conventional Pap smears, and that is because of the improved fixation, decreased obscuring factors and standardized cell transfer, unlike the conventional Pap smears in which we have to collect the sample, smear it on that same point and then send for further processing. So it has outperformed the conventional. So the samples are collected directly, completely immersing the sampling device into the company vial, which contains the preservative fluid autocyte solution, whereby the cells are preserved and fixed simultaneously. So this preservative fluid, without the cytologic sample, it can be stored up to in room temperature 15 to 30 degrees centigrade for almost 36 months. And with the cytologic sample within it, it can be stored at 2 to 10 degrees Celsius for like 6 months, and without in room temperature it can be stored up to 3 weeks. So the major two types of LBC techniques that are ThinPrep and SurePath, these are the FDA approved. Coming to autocyte prep SurePath, which we follow. So it was developed to automate and optimize epithelial cell enrichment, cellular transfer and individual staining of the Pap smears. It processes a batch of 48 samples in about 1 hour 45 minutes, and the main principle here is density gradient sedimentation. That is, the higher particles, they will settle, the diagnostic cells, they will settle at the bottom, whereas the unwanted, the RBCs, the mucus, they will remain as a supernatant. Coming to sample collection. So the company, it provides the Rover Cervex brush. So here you can see this is the brush, and this the broom head, that is completely detachable. So whenever the sample is collected, it is transferred to the material to the SurePath vial, and to do this we have to place the thumb against the back of the brush head and push the entire broom head from the stem into the preservative solution. So we can see the tip is completely immersed, the broom head is completely in the preserved site, and the preservation alcohol which we use is ethanol, whereas in ThinPrep it is methanol. The sample vials, when they are received in the laboratory along with requisition form, should contain the complete details of the patient, as well as it should be checked for the label details and should be matched with the requisition form. Barcode system should be followed ideally, but manually we can label the samples. At the same time, we have to check from the request form. Coming to specimen handling and cell enrichment. So it includes various steps. The first step is sample randomization. So as soon as we receive the vials, it is vortexed at 3000 RPM for 30 seconds on the vortex machine. So this is the vortex device. So in that, on top of it, we keep all the received samples. This allows the cells to free from each other, and also the cell clusters, they dissociate from each other, and from the collection device, from the broom head also, if any cells are stuck there, they will segregate. Next step is mixing and layering. So the specimen rack of PrepMate. So here the another component apart from vortex is the PrepMate of the SurePath. So in the PrepMate system, it is loaded with a plunger, a sample vial and a centrifuge tube containing 4 ml of the density gradient. So this density gradient, it is a polysaccharide solution with sodium azide as a preservative. So a single specimen rack holds 12 samples at a time. Thus 4 specimen racks are there for the machine. So at a time we can process 48 samples. So this is the PrepMate device. Here we can see this is the sample rack where we can place the sample vial. Along with that, we also place the syringe, centrifuge tube in which 4 ml of density gradient is added. The PrepMate, it mixes and removes the specimen from the preservative vial and layers it onto the density reagent in the centrifuge tube. So this layering step, it means the 8 ml of sample is mixed with 4 ml of density reagent in a centrifuge tube present in the rack. Next step is centrifugation. So after this process, the centrifuge tubes containing the sample and the density reagent are transferred to the centrifuge machine. So the tubes are centrifuged first for 2 minutes and supernatant is discarded. So this step is the light spin. And the small particulates and debris which are trapped above the interface between the supernatant, preservative fluid and the density gradient are removed, enriching the clinical material. So this is the centrifuge machine. Will place all the centrifuge tubes which are consisting of both the sample, mixture of sample and the density gradient. The tubes are again centrifuged for 10 minutes and the supernatant is discarded by inverting the tubes at 180 degrees. So this concentrates the diagnostic cellular material at the bottom of the tube in the form of pellet. And again this pellet is vortexed for 30 seconds and placed on the PrepStain machine for further processing. Coming to specimen processing with the PrepStain system. So we have seen first it was vortex, then the PrepMate system, it prepared the sample by mixing and layering. Now coming to PrepStain. So this performs the automated slide preparation and staining steps for thin layer preparation of the cytologic material on BD SurePath pre-coated slides. So it has several components. Now first is PrepStain settling chamber. So this serves as a vessel to contain the resuspended cellular material while they settle onto the coated microscope slide. So it is we have a slide rack where we keep the labeled slides, and on top of it we keep this settling chamber, and all the reagents are introduced through these settling chambers in individual slides. So individual slide has their own settling chamber. So these are the settling chambers. So here we'll keep the slide, on top of it we'll keep the settling chamber, and they are according to the size of the diameter of the circle which is present on the pre-coated slides. Next is computer workstation. So the PrepStain instrument, it is linked to a disk operative system based computer system. So this software, it runs the sample processor, is started by typing command at the DOS prompt and then controlled using various menus. So what we can do is either we can do staining and preparation. There are several options in that DOS system. Either sometimes what we do, we get is slides from outside, so we can just do the staining procedure. So there are several options which we can select and do accordingly. Next is the PrepStain instrument. So it performs the automated sample transfer and the staining steps. So this is the PrepStain device. It has various pipetting systems. It has the disposable tips. These are the slide racks, and these are the labeled slides are kept along with the settling chamber. Next is the robotic sample processor. So this is a fully automated system of microprocessor controlled liquid handling components controlled by system software located on the hard disk of a personal computer. So it resuspends the pelleted cell samples in the buffer deionized water and transfers the aliquots of cell suspension settling chambers mounted on the BD SurePad pre-coated slides. After a particular incubation period, it performs a sequence of washing and staining steps to stain the slides by PAP method. Now this robotic processor, it has several parts. First is the syringe pump, which is a microprocessor controlled syringe with a pump and two-way valve that connects it to the quad tubing and reagent container through the tubing. Then it has a robotic arm. So this arm, it moves X, that is left, right, Y, forward, backward, and Z, that is up and down directions. And it has a Z rod which moves up and down. And on this Z rod is the disposable tip is also located on the top of this Z rod. Next is the disposable tip assembly. So it is for aspiration and pipetting the samples. So each time for each sample, the PrepStain instrument, it uses fresh pipetting tip to mix and aspirate each sample and transfer it to the settling chamber. And this disposable tip is mounted on the Z rod. Next is the quad arm. It is a system of pipettes, tubing and manifolds that is mounted on the robotic arm of the PrepStain instrument. So there are 4 pipette bundles on the quad arm that are positioned by the action of the robotic arm into the 4 settling chambers in the slide rack. And each pipette bundle has 4 dispensing tips and 1 large vacuum tip. So this is the quad arm with 4 pipette bundles. Next is the waste station. It is present on the left side of the instrument. So during priming or cleaning of the system tubing, excess liquids are dispersed to the waste row, which drains into a waste container for easy and safe disposal. Even the disposable tip assembly, they can also be discarded into the waste container. Next is the slide racks and work platform. So the work platform, it holds the slide racks and mounts to the right of the waste station. So each slide rack, it has 4-row by 3-column array of glass slide positions. So the work platform and slide racks are numbered 1 to 4 and pinned so that each slide rack will fit only into its correspondingly numbered position. Each slide is mounted on the rack under a settling chamber. The settling chamber will seal and the slide forms a barrier that prevents the leaking when the chamber is filled with liquid. So at the time when we receive the sample, it is very important to label each centrifuge tube, each sample and each slide. It is done at the same time. So this is the slide rack and work platform. So there are 3 such stations and each has 4 slide for 12 cases. The sedimentation of the cells onto the slide and staining takes place in the settling chamber, and after staining, this settling chamber is removed and discarded. The slide is cleaned and the cover slip for screening. So in brief, what we saw was when the vial containing the 10 ml cellular material was mixed and the syringe device was inserted at the top of the vial cap, and then 8 ml of this cellular material was inserted into the density reagent, and then this was followed by 2 steps of centrifugation, and each time we removed the supernatant, and after that it was placed on the staining rack by the PrepStain. Was further sedimentation settling chambers was inserted, and further the machine automatically stains by the PAP procedure. Staining with PrepStain instrument. The slides labeled with respective numbers of the vial are arranged on the staining rack of the PrepStain machine, and priming of the PrepStain machine is done before giving the command of staining. First, 1000 microliter of buffer deionized water is added to the cell pellet. Then the instrument picks up a disposable tip and mixes the resulting solution by flushing in and out of the disposable pipette tip 8 times. Then the instrument aspirates the 200 microliter of the sample from the centrifuge tube and injects it into the settling chamber and washes out the tip with 600 microliters of buffer deionized water. The remaining specimen can be discarded or retained for the adjunctive testing. The sample is allowed to settle onto the slide for a minimum of 10 minutes. During this time, the cells, they bond with the prep stain slide coating form a thin layer of cells. The instrument then adds the 600 microliter of alcohol wash to the sample and evacuates all the remaining fluids. The sample is then allowed to dry for approximately 60 seconds. The last part of the automated processing is a sequence of stain and rinse cycles. The prep stain system, it produces a uniform layer of stained cells in a 13 mm diameter cycle. And after the completion of the staining tracks are removed. So this is how we receive the Shortpath slides. So this is a 13 mm diameter circle in which all of the cellular diagnostic material is there. Coming to advantages of the Shortpath, so it is a standardized preparation, it has excellent cell yield, preservation of morphology is there, multiple slides can be prepared, that is 48 slides at a time. Then slides are stained on the processor, so it is less labor intensive and it is easier and less time consuming to screen. Air drying artifacts due to smearing such as crush artifacts, cell overlap and thick areas are usually lacking. Disadvantages, the cells are in various planes of focus and it makes the screening and focusing at higher magnification a little tedious. Also, it is costlier than the conventional pap smears. Sometimes there can be excess loss of the background material and some differences in architecture and morphology can be there and it requires training for both the screeners and the smear takers. So these are few pictures compared to the conventional and LBC. We can see there is marked reduction in the background material. This was a case in which this is the conventional A and C and it was given as inadequate for opinion, insufficient in the conventional, whereas in the LBC technique, we can see the cells dispersed clearly. Also, comparative inflammatory cells are lesser as compared to the conventional. Again, a case of HCl, conventional versus. So, the residual LBP specimen, the shelf life of the residual specimen for Shortpath is 3 weeks at room temperature and the residual specimen can be used for IHC molecular tests and they can be processed as a cell block. These are my references. Thank you.